Good morning, world. What time of the month? What time of day? Well, I woke up from my hibernation, but I probably go back to sleep again after this video, so... Just kidding, in fact, I've not been sleeping at all. I have to wake up at 6 every day in order to get to school. In fact, I went back to school for this 1 year because I love torture. I love it so much. I can't make lots of art right now, but I've been doing lots of art in the past couple of years, like 3 to be precise, because I went to an art school for 3D design and I learned a lot of stuff there, which I also share online, like on ArtStation for example, but you can also expect lots of 3D stuff coming in the future. The thing is, getting a job, like proper job with this education is not that easy. That's why I decided to go for an additional round of school. Anyways, why I'm making this video? I don't know, I just felt like it. My idea basically is to do this as a preparation for my 3D print, because I bought a 3D printer and currently it's standing in the attic. Also had some hibernation. Yes, I bought it last year. So far I've only done test prints. Like the only real print I've printed is this dinosaur. It's from Horizon Zero Dawn. This game with the cool dinos. I was fascinated by this because of this detail. I didn't make this model, unfortunately. I'm not that good. I'm a noob when it comes to technical designs like this. My plan is to make my own 3D models, like sculpt them in ZBrush for example, and in order to get those models to look nice, I have to paint them. Like I used to paint on other models as well, like actual clay sculptures or whatever these things are. For example, I have one of my cats, then I made my own ones, which is also my cat, and I give just an orange cat with a heart-shaped tail. So, I bought these 2 chicks here, the only chicks I'll ever have in my life. I found them at a garden decoration store, and you know, it's Easter around, so everything is full of chicks. Look at this cock. Isn't it cute? Okay, I'm sorry. Why did I buy those chickens if I have a 3D printer? Well, very simple. It's too cold outside, I still can't print, and I don't have time because of school. But this year is going to be the year where I actually use this printer. In preparation for my actual printing, those chickens here will serve me of great help. Maybe you will learn a thing or two from my painting process, even though I'm not really great at painting. Like, I like texture painting, that's why I'm doing it. So I hope to improve. Because painting digitally is a bit... So I will paint this with this stuff in the back here. Well, you see art supply addiction is very real. Girl, let's get into it. Before I start painting those chicken, I want to make some concept art. Like, you know, I'm planning what to do with those. Like, there are lots of chicken. There are brown chicken, white chicken. I can also be more creative and make them colorful. So let's see. And in order to do this, I take a picture. Oh no, now you're seeing all this mess. And number 2 for the chicken photo shooting. You look great, but you will look so much better after I painted you. Hopefully. So let's drop these chicken into my document. Lower the opacity and start tracing them. I mean, some people can get into painting process right away, but I need some more time. I'm really not a fan of just going straight into this, like without any plan at all, because I end up experimenting and messing up the colors, which I don't recommend doing. There's a really nice setting in Clip Studio Paint, and when you scroll, okay, good morning Windows, or rather good night, my laptop is turning off soon. Need something to eat. Alright, so on the symbol of the cube, you will be able to go down and find something like this. You can make patterns and don't have to copy and paste all the time. Something very important I noticed. You have to set it as an object first, and then you can access all of those settings. Now the chicken are ready to be painted, technically, because first I will do some more research on how the chickens even look like. Okay, so I went to Pixabay to look for chicken. In the first suggestion, it's just chicken nuggets. No, not just chicken. It has to be chicken nuggets. No! I'm so sorry, don't look at this. Don't worry, you won't end up like those here. Like 90% of this is just food. Well, imagine I paint this chicken like chicken nuggets, like just a chicken nugget texture, like you do it in Blender or something. I organize those images. I have a group here called Details, then a cartoony group, and the general chicken rooster designs. So what we can see here is they all have this beautiful shimmering tail feathers, which I will also incorporate in my chicken painting because they just look so nice. Those roosters have drip. Then I will just open it on one half of the screen, on the other half I will have Clip Studio Paint. But one thing is missing before I can start. I just feel more comfortable drawing on an angled surface. It's better for my arm too, and for my posture. Like, you know, this one here is a display tablet, which allows us to sit like a shrimp, unfortunately. Now it's time to show you my painting process, finally. So I'd like to say a few words about it before leaving you alone with my chicks and the music. Since the chickens were grey when I bought them, I primed them first to really make the colors pop. Besides using simple acrylics, I also considered experimenting with this shiny nail polish and glitter glue to replicate the beautiful effect on the feathers. I know you usually won't use underpaint on acrylics as far as I know, but I wasn't sure about the translucency of the paint because I'm a broke bitch. Even if it doesn't have a great effect on the color temperature, sometimes it is more enjoyable to paint on a warm canvas that isn't just boring white. I really struggled with getting the comb right, as you can see here. I needed like 5 layers because I thought making it shiny, just like the feathers, would be fun, but glitter glue didn't like this idea and acted like a solvent for this color as far as I was able to tell. Putting the nail polish on the white chicken was also quite hard because she was a really smooth chicken. This is also something that makes me worry about my 3D resin prints. Advantage being barely visible layer lines, but the disadvantage being the smooth surface that comes with it, which makes it difficult to make the paint stick. A bit of sanding could be an option. I gotta try it out first. But I'm not sure the idea of sanding the whole thing doesn't sound like lots of fun. While adding new layers to one chicken, I let the other one getting dry. That's the positive thing about painting traditionally. It teaches you patience and accepting undoable mistakes too. For example, I wasn't really happy about some of the golden strokes I made at the butt of the rooster, but let's be honest, nobody will notice. I also found that purple feathers would look better on the white chicken, because it had a warmer beige color palette actually, so I adapted to this change. I brought in color variations by choosing colors close to the base colors. It's just like always, use black only sparsely. Lots of beginner artists do the opposite, like they use lots of black especially for shading, but this will only make your colors look very dirty. For instance, I like to mix a reddish orange to yellow or add a darker, cooler purple to blue when shading. For the highlights that would be yellow mixed with white and turquoise. In any case, I'm a fan of brighter and more saturated colors in my own art. Sometimes I also use lots of water to dilute the paint and to blend the layers. You'll see this at the end when I'm shading some parts like below the wings or when I was painting the white chicken. At the end, however, something was still missing, so I thought about my digital art, which usually consists of line art. And my line art pretty much never stays black, but I didn't have any colored markers at home, so I just used the black ones I had available at the moment. And after letting them dry, I put a matte, artificial resin-based spray onto them, but thought about trying out a glossy one instead, which was a much better choice, because the matte spray made the colors look kind of dull. I hope that my video wasn't dull though, and I'm really thankful for you if you've watched it up until this point. Remember, there's a little Easter egg in the video, get the chickens laid. Stay tuned, I hope we'll meet again very soon. For example, in the next video where you can follow me making my own chicken 3D prints and many more. Have a nice day and enjoy the rest of the video.